Alrighty. I think we're live. Yes, we are. Stay calm, everybody. Stay calm. Stay calm, stay calm, stay calm. No emotionals. A lot of people are freaking out right now. Let me just bring up the markets. I'm going to be going through the markets. No emotional trading. So much emotions right now. Emotions are heightened up so much. It's not good. It's not good. Even if there is a lot of uncertainty right now in the marketplace, the thing is we can't let our emotions run away with us. We want to be really good traders. Like we want to do really, really well in the marketplace. Then we must learn how to control our emotions. If we don't, the market is going to destroy you. So stay calm, everybody. Stay calm. No need to all right, let me bring up my little PowerPoint thing here. Before I get started, especially for you guys, this is my little PowerPoint thing here. If you guys really want to start to understand the mastery of these markets and how these markets really work, things that I've learned from like WD Gann and stuff like that over the last 20 years, go get the book. It's free. I promise you, just the very first chapter of this book, which is free, really, 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 really help you out. If you're looking for more trading systems and stuff here, I'm running a bit of a flash sale here. So johnsflashsale.com, $4. I'm running a bit of a flash sale, my top 4 trading systems. Or if you want more hand holding, you can apply for my elite group, which is only a small group there. The thing is this, guys, is that no matter what we do in the marketplace, remember the market will reward patience and emotional control within these markets. Patience and emotional control. I still see this going on. I've always said that I see this here. So we always want to be looking at the big picture of things and what's going on with these markets. Either way, we have a lot more upside to come. Are you going to be one of those people that freak out about this short-term little drop we're getting right now? Or are you going to see it like an amazing buying opportunity like we've seen in the past? Alrighty. Let me bring up my charts now. And we can go through the market. in midday anyway, I'm pretty sure. It's pretty early for me, as you guys can see. It's 5 o'clock in the morning for me where I am right now. I got up at 4 o'clock this morning. Oh, so you see this ground control? I wish I could. How do I do that? How do I do that? So look at this here. Yeah. Russell is still really strong. Look at Russell. Russell's still holding here quite nicely. Look at it bounce off that trend line today. How good's that? Right off that trend line today. King Russell, baby. Oh. King Russell, baby. Look at that bounce off that trend line. Now, we're still only midday, so we've got a few hours left. But so far, look at that bounce. Beautiful. This is a buying opportunity, I'll tell you that. I like the Russell. Rogi, my man, how do you trade with that time difference, or do you just trade Australia? No. I'm purely myself. I'm 99% US markets and stuff like that, Rogi. The thing for me, Rogi, is that all my trading's done in the last half an hour. I'm just up early today. Well, actually, I'm up early every day. That's a lie. I'm up early every day. And so I'm just looking at the markets right now at this time. But all my trading done, Rogi, is done in that last maybe hour of US market close. Meaning, because I'm more of a swing trader approach, meaning I'm looking to benefit things for over a period of time, 2, 3, 4 months of time. So I'm not looking to get in and get out every single day. My job is just to keep an eye on my positions, which I am right now. One of them is TMF, which is down today. But again, so that's what I do. I do that. And for me, I'm always about trying to capitalize on much bigger moves over the course of a good couple of months, instead of getting in and getting out. So my job is to try to find those trades that can have a big profit on one trade instead of more of I'm not a day trader. For myself, day trading is the hardest form of trading out there. But for me, I'm always, the reason why I say last hour is because that's the time I'm generally just seeing what new opportunities there are for me to get in. Also, just check up on the positions that I'm actually in right now. And a lot of the times there's actually just nothing for me to do. And then every now and then there's a time for me to get out of my trades. And then there's a time for me to get into some new trades. And when I do get into new trades, I'm probably going to be in that for a good couple of months. So, and when I do that, I have my losses and I have my profits. And then there's a good percentage of those profits that run on for big profits. And so by the end of the year, I have a successful year. And that's the way that I have successful years in the marketplace. I have my losing trades. I don't always get it right myself, but we need to have the ability to be able to have these portions of trades throughout the year to have these really big profits. Especially in this environment. If people are short-term trading this environment right now, they are getting absolutely destroyed. The volatility in the market movement is absolutely insane right now, and the short-term movements are just crazy. I'm so happy that I'm more like a swing trading approach, so I can be patient through this time, not blow up my account, have good risk management. Everything is all good, and when all this stuff settles out, then the market's going to start the trend, and we're on the verge of having a really strong move again. Just don't know when that's going to happen. So that's the reason why, like, I actually love trading the time differences myself. Meaning, um, and Rogi, the reason why I love doing this is because, um, especially when daylight saving kicks in, like by 6 o'clock in the morning, my job's done. When daylight saving clicks in for me, especially in the middle of the year, actually, it's coming into doing it now. That 5 to 6 a.m. in the morning for me, that's that last hour of the US market, especially when daylight savings happens for me. So all my trading, my job is done by 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I can just do whatever I want to. And if you can do that and set yourself up where you're going to have these big profits, some of these big profits throughout the year, you can have a really good return that year, make some good profits, and then I literally have the rest of the day to do whatever I want to do, and that's the way that I've set my life up. And that's the reason why I coach, by the way, because I get bored. It's like, oh, okay. Which by the way, I love it. That's the reason why I have an elite group, and I do stuff like this as well too. Yeah, there's nothing to be worried about here. Nothing to be worried about. This is actually going to be a. Oh, fear and greed X is almost at extreme fear right now. You know what that means? Buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Oh, it's almost at extreme fear again. Buy the dip, buy the dip. Metals are going to hit quite hard today. It's really interesting to see with the metals, because you would think, oh, people are nervous, they're going to rush to metals. People are nervous, they're going to be buying gold and silver, or especially gold, right? Oh my goodness, they're going to be. The only thing they're buying right now is oil. Look at oil breakout, eh? This is one market I've been talking about for a while. Let's go. We're going to get a breakout soon. It happened too. USO. Oh wow, look at gold get hit. Wow, metals got hit quite hard again. Wow, look at the retracement on S&P so far. I know it's only, but look at the buyers come back in hard on that. Buyers are come back in hard on these markets. Look at that. To buy the dip. Look at this here, Russell. A Russell chart up here. Beautiful bounce. NASDAQ. Buyers are coming right back in again. Look at that S&P chart. That's pretty cool, actually. Buyers are coming back in real hard. So far, anyway. Anything can happen in the next couple hours before the close. But we're still in this. Yeah. Man, the air's really gone out of the metals, hasn't it? It was just going crazy there for many months, but ever since we got that drop, it's been just been struggling. Even gold, like it's been going up, but man, the buys have been very weak through here. Even silver, look at that there. I don't think this is the end of silver. I think we've got this is just going through one of these energy building phases again. That's all it is. For you guys that have listened to some of my stuff about these markets, that's all they do, right? Nice move up, and then energy building. It had a big move, came back down. Now we're gone sideways again. We're building energy to go for another move. It's what the markets do. Very simple. Silver's just resting now, and you're going to get a lot of volatility before we may see another big leg to the upside, but it's just not ready yet. That's all. Meaning we're still trying to generate enough energy to go for another move. Energy using, energy building. Sim. Was not even crashing. Well, so far anyway, we've still got a bit of time to go, but S&P is going to close green. Well, green on the day anyway. Or actually, again, we don't know. But so far, the buys are coming back in quite hard. Same with the Russell. Look at this here. Russell bouncing off the trend line. Nothing to be worried about. Nothing to be worried about. Correction. We're still not that far away from all-time new highs. And the fear and greed index is almost back at extreme fear again, which is just crazy. Like that's all-time new highs. This here is all-time new highs. And we're almost back at extreme fear in the markets place. Whenever there's extreme fear, yeah, this is a setup for a big move to the upside. And just like we've done for the last 5 years, every little short-term little freak out. There's always something to be worried about, isn't there, eh? Always something to be worried about. Oh, it's the Iran war. It's the Russia Ukraine. It's the and you don't do anything. I was actually expecting a bit of a sell-off today. Just looking at this pattern on the market here, I'm like, we're probably going to get a bit of a down day today. But so far, you just see how much the buys are present in these markets. And if we go back to all charts here, you can just see how present they've been. Mining stocks. Mm-hmm. Buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. The buyers are definitely buying the dip today, aren't they? A little short term, little freak out, but so far, we'll see where it's going to close. But so far, I say this is a bit of a slingshot move. You think about what is a slingshot move? Think about a slingshot, right? A slingshot is what? You pull the slingshot back and then you let it go and then it takes off. That's what I think is going on right now. Having a bit of a drop, which is the pullback, and then away we go. Now, for you guys, you know war is bullish for the markets, right? I did a video yesterday on that. Markets rally when there's a war on, especially when they know there's markets know. So it's actually bullish for the markets. When there's a war on, most of the time the market will rally. Go look at my video that I did about 3 phases these markets go through. So if people think the war is going to crash the markets, your thinking is incorrect. Because history tells us that unless it becomes an energy and oil shock to us, this is actually bullish for the markets. Now, if you trade based off your emotions and what you think, you're going to think the complete opposite. You're going to think this is bad. Oh my goodness, that's going to, and then the title of this live stream, don't be doing that. Trade based off facts. Trade based off some data behind you. Emotional trading will get you destroyed. It's a good day. Man, it's going to be a good year. It's going to be such a good year. With all this volatility, if people are patient and they're calm, they're going to be able to see and be able to take advantage of some really good opportunities in the market. But there's a lot of good opportunities right now. Let me see if I can do this here. Really, Denny? Really? Did you find that from another live stream? Did you? So you thought you'd come on and copy that from another live stream? Did you? Come up with something original, man. If you want to put out rumors, come up with something original. Don't just copy what everyone else is doing on the other live streams. Don't be a sheep, man. Come on, be original. Step up, be a leader. Come with something new. Cover Microsoft. Are you in it, Randy? Let's go look at Microsoft. I think the whole Mag 7 is getting ready for a big turning point. I think. But if you let me know what your positions are, I'll be able to give you a bit of guidance around what I see. Obviously, I can't tell you what to do because I have no idea what's going to come. But I can give you some guidance. Okay. I see a strong rally coming. I'm bullish on it personally. Yep. We've actually this is the weekly chart here. If I just remove the moving average so we can just focus on the chart, this here is the weekly chart. So I actually see this big drop in the markets being quite an opportunity. And as you can see, right, Randy, you can see how that for probably the last 10 years, right? Every time we've got these really good corrections, they've actually been pretty good buying opportunities with Microsoft. You know what I mean? So it's a better buying opportunity now than it was a few months ago when we had a big move to the upside. And that's you can just see this is what the market's doing. You can see it's actually bouncing here right now. So you can just see it, right? Boom, boom. And this is what markets do. They go through these phases up and down and up and down and up and down. And that's why here is the worst time to get involved with it. Actually, no, let's do this here. It's down through here somewhere. Here, X marks the spot. Yeah. So by looking at Microsoft, it's in a beautiful, beautiful movement through here. And we go up and we go down. And go up and go down and go up, 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 up and down, 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 down and up and down and up. Oh. Actually, that actually looks like the video, doesn't it? And then up and then down and probably then back up again. That's actually interesting. I just noticed that. So that's what I see. Very nice. Now, I don't know anything fundamentally about the company. I guess it's good. I'm not really that type of way of that there. But the interesting thing is I just noticed this here looks like NVIDIA now. And look what happened. We got a bit of a drop, didn't we? But then it rallied back up again. This is why like trading heads and shoulders and stuff like that is never a good idea. Like trading reversal patterns in the markets is just like you had a head and shoulder here, right? Oh, there's your head, there's your shoulder, and it breaks down and you go short here, and that was your profit. And then it ran back up again. Reversal trading is the worst form of trading. Day trading and reversal trading, double tops, heads and shoulders, divergences. The reason why is because you need to have those times when you can have those big profits throughout the year for you to have a good year. And as you can see, just finding where the majority of the trend is and going with that, that's where the big moves, as you can see, going up, 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 and up. They're the opportunities to get that big profit that we need So at the end of the year, we can say, oh, look, that was a successful year for us. That's what it's about. Because we're going to have our losses, and they're going to come, and we're going to have our profits as well too, right? But we need a good handful of those trades we take to be really big profits for it to start to plan out that way. And that's why I like trading options myself, because I don't always get it right. I screw up sometimes as well too. But if I look at it, say for example, if I have $100,000 trading account, an example, and I find an opportunity, and I can do an option trade, and I can say take even $5,000, I can take a $5,000 trade, and then put that into the market. Now, a big loss for that $5,000 would be 50%. So, 2,500 would be the loss there on that trade, which is 2.5% on 2.5% here, 2.5%. But then that'll be roughly the risk on that trade there. And this is how you get ahead. This is how you have a successful year, right? Like not just a successful month, but successful year. And then, like for example, I had 2 closed trades in January. I had no activity through February because I was just been through the trades, nothing new yet. But my last 2 closed trades were, one was 300%, and the other one was 330%. So these are 300, 300. So if you have that there, if you have the same $5,000 there, and you use the 300% return that happens over the course of, like, say, a couple of months, then now that's a $15,000 profit there. If you have a $15,000 profit with a $2,500 risk, this is how we set ourselves up to have a successful year, right? Because by the way, this here is going to happen throughout the year. We can't ignore that. And that's how I have successful years. I have losses throughout the year. Sometimes I have losses in a row. But if I can try to keep my losses to this, and then even 30 or 40, 100% of my trades are not this profit here, right? Some of them saying 100% return, or sometimes a bit less. But this is the foundations of having a good year, right? And then that's when that happens. Then I go find what are the patterns and the system to help me identify those things that's likely to have that big move. And that's the reason why swing trading is the way to go. Day trading, it's very hard to get that. Well, it's still there, but I just found it much easier to be able to do that on a swing trading approach. And so by December this year, I'm going to look back and I'm going to have another good year, because this is the way that I'm having a good year. I'm having a good year already this year. Like my only 2 closed trades were 300% and 330%. So I'm actually green for the year. I'm in some trades now, and we'll see how they're going to plan out. But yeah, that's the nature of the beast anyway. This is from trading anyway. If you guys have a more trading approach, that's all it is. And I found it very difficult to get that really big profit through the day trading side of things, because it was always the short-term movement. It was all these smaller profits and bigger losses, and it was very difficult to actually get that really big profit. But but now I only look at the market an hour or so per day, because I'm swing trading and I'm looking to get into positions and hold them for a few months and look for that big move over a course of a couple of months. And with that, that's how you set yourself up to have a successful trading career for the rest of your life, and only be looking at the markets an hour or 2 per day. Now, I do a lot more than that because I just love it, but yeah. Gold predictions. Gold prediction. This is gold. I actually think we have more upside to go. I think we have another leg to the upside to come. It's still very strong trending. Look at this here. Just beautiful, isn't it? Just beautiful. Look at that. Nice big move up. And then we went through an energy building phase and then had another big move up. Now we're going through another energy building phase. And what I see coming is just, and then we just maybe do some volatility for a while, and then maybe we have another big move up for a while. But inevitably, what? Inevitably, oh, no. Inevitably, we go through what? Energy building phase. So that's all that's going on. This is what it does all the time, right? Just goes through those phases. Energy using, and then we go through what? And then we go through energy building, because we need to build the energy building, and now we're going through a bit of an energy building phase. And then what's going to come soon is another energy using phase. That's all it does. That's why I love this here. Boring, and then you get the big move. So that's what I see happening with gold. I don't see this ending now. It's just we're going through this phase here. That's all it is. But I think it just needs a bit of time just to do its thing, and then yeah. If you just understand the different phases we're in, that gold does, or every market does basically, right? You understand we had this very big move up here from 4,000 up to 5,000, and then we had this big shock, and now we're just going through this really nothing strong at all. It's just building energy, that's all. It has to build the energy in the market is so important to understand. When you understand that things need energy to have a big move in the first place, when you understand the energy concept, that's where really big moves come. And then that's when you can really jump on some big profits. The energy concept has just completely changed the way that I look at things. Now, it's actually called time with WD Gann. If you actually, my book that I'm giving you guys for free, I'll show you this here. This book here, that's what this book is based on. It's based on professionals like Jesse Livermore and WD Gann and stuff like that. And even my actual trading systems, this John's flash sale, this $4 flash sale that I'm running right now. This my number one core trading system. It's based off that whole time, which is energy, fuel, my core trading system, and then have a lot more trading systems there as well too. And then also, if you want to join my elite group, there's an application there you can do that and all that sort of stuff. But it comes off that. That's what makes my trading so successful. And I'm gonna successful means I'm going to have losing trades. But how do I set myself up where I can jump on these big profits? That's all. And the same for silver. That's all silver's doing right now. Just another energy building phase, right, guys? Very simple. When you understand the concept of this, it's very, very, very simple to understand. Markets go through phases, don't they? Like even silver. Let's go through them all. Let's go through them all, shall we? So what do we have here? I'm trying to get this sizing properly so we can, you know what? I'll just do that through there. So we have here, and here, right? That's the energy using phases. They've used energy to push this market high. Then what do? Go sideways, which is what? Let's make it orange. Energy building. Now we had a really big drop, and now this whole drop here is now just another energy building phase. And boom, 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 we go through these different phases. That's where a lot of traders who don't understand the markets, they get into trouble because they're looking to get in after it's already made a really big move. And the simple concept is make it blue. That's simple concept is the best trades are after the energy building phase. Because as you can see here, best trades are here, best trades are here, and the best trades are here, best trades are here. Very simple. But unfortunately, we want to make it more complicated. The fundamentals and the headlines and the stochastics and the MACDs and the reversal patterns, I'm like, I've been trading the markets now for over 20 years. I used to be like that. It doesn't need to be that complicated. It took me a long time to get to just understand the market concepts. And a lot of the stuff out there is not going to really help me make good decisions. But if I can understand the foundations of energy building, energy using, that's where you see things like platinum, right? Look at platinum. Why did platinum have such a big move? Because it spent a what? It spent a lot of time, didn't it? Look at all of that, just nothing going on, nothing going on, nothing going on. What is that? Energy building. We spent many years just going sideways. And then what happens? When we break all this energy that's been built, boom! Energy using. That's why for me, when you're trying to capitalize on really big moves, and you see this going on for nothing for a few years, and then you get a breakout, it typically starts a really big move. That's why I was calling the energy sector XLE. Same thing, right? Look at XLE. Oh, this is the daily chart. I'll go to the weekly chart so you can see much more clearer. There you go. This is the XLE chart. What is this? Nothing for 3 years. Nothing. Right? And now, why did we get such a big move just recently? Because it did nothing for 3 years. That's called energy building, just resting and refueling. And then we typically get these really big moves. Why did gold have such a big move in 2024? I wonder. Let's go see, shall we? 3 years of nothing and then big move. This is the energy here. So if you're looking for things that are likely to have a big move, not just for a short term, but could be 6 to 12 months, maybe longer. Very simple. And the one thing I love about that, if we're trying to get big profits, small losses, that's the way it's work, right? But, oh, no, I'm going to try and pick a top right now. No. How do we this year? John, the top's in. Okay. It's just a simple concept, guys. For you guys that are actually listening and stuff like that, it's just, I promise you, when you understand that concept of energy in the markets, and everything is energy in the markets, and a boring phase like we're in the stock market right now is an energy building phase. And that will release soon. And when we go through releasing, just like everything I've just shown you in the last 2 minutes, we are going to go for a big move. And yes, I'm talking about the S&P 500, even the NASDAQ, especially the NASDAQ. Look at NASDAQ. What's NASDAQ been doing? Look at that guy right there. What is this? We're not there yet, but the trigger for me is above 7,000. And look at the S&P. What's the S&P doing? Basically nothing since this time here, but especially this last, what is this here? Energy building, right? This is the time you get excited. This is the time like, oh my goodness, it's building all this energy to go for another move. I jump at the top's in. The highest probability situation is what? If there is a trend in place. If we have a trend in place, which we do, and it's up, and we get this energy building phase, the higher probability is that the trend, that it's going to continue that trend, because that's what happens most of the time. So therefore, that's the foundations of having a successful trading system. If there's a trend in place and we go through a nice energy building phase, just like gold has been doing for the last 2 years, then the higher probability that this is going to break up soon above that 7,000 and go for another move, because that's what happens most of the time. Now, what you want to do is you want to wait for breakout, right? So more of a precise entry. That's why I've always said, wait for the breakout above 7,000. And when that happens, then we're probably likely to see another move. Very simple concept, right? Very simple concept, like gold. People love gold, right? But it's the same concept. It's nothing like, look at this here. Can I open this up a bit? Yeah, right. So look at this here. It's the same concept, right? Look, we go up for a while, and then we go through a pullback, and we go up, and then we go sideways. Oh, tops in? No. And we go up, and then we go through sideways, and then we go up again, and we go sideways, and then we go up again, and then we have this sideways, and then we go up again. And every time we go through these phases through here, which is the energy building phase, if we get the energy building phase and there's a good strong trend behind it, the higher probability is we're going to break up and go for another move with the trend. And then maybe 20% of the time we get the tops. Noticing I'm not using any indicators or headlines or fundamentals. I don't need to. Actually, you can't trade off that, because I need something that I can have a probability of success. Trading off a headline or the war's going to crash the market, or which, if you understand wars, it's actually bullish for the market. But yeah, let me see if I can bring that up again. That's all it is, guys. So for you guys that are actually seeing this here, it's a very simple concept around the markets. But when you understand that, you see why what's happening in the stock market right now is an enormous amount of fuel for a big move. And if it does, I don't know for sure, but if we start to get that breaking above 7,000 on the S&P up here on this daily chart, it is going to be an incredible strong move, because we've had 5 months of doing nothing. Energy building, and now we're about to release that energy. It's a very simple concept. And the thing for me is I want to trade the probability of something happening, not the this time is different, or the, oh, well, let's pick a top, right? Let's pick a top now. Oh, the top's in, the top's in. Oh, by the way, smiley faces all the way up, right? Which I don't. Actually, I'll put a smiley face up here, because it is. Let me take all this off the screen. Anyway, the purpose of this, guys, is how are we trading the markets? Are you trading something that happens most of the time, or are you trading something that happens some of the time? Oh, the top's in, it's going to crash the markets. And I always look at, like, okay, if I'm going to have a good year this year, I can't trade something that's going to happen 20% of the time. By calling tops in this overall market, you've been right once, twice. And by the way, when I say right, that's all you got for your profit, and that's all you got for your profit. Doesn't have to be that complicated, guys. Oh, well, again, and that's the reason why I do what I do, because it's just taking me a long time to figure this stuff out. And if I simplify the process to, and again, I'm very grateful that I've learned from people like WD Gann and Jesse Livermore and Paul Tudor Jones and that sort of stuff, and my mentors, that and by the way, look at the S&P come in, eh? Look at the bias come back on the S&P. So much for that crash. We should be down 5%. What's going on? Where's the big crash? Buy the dip, buy the dip. You might be right. MKO. I just saw your comment. The S&P has a rollover top. Institutions selling to retailers. Big chance it could fall to 6,500 before move up. You could be right. I wouldn't want to try to trade that down move if that's going to happen. I'd rather be trading the up move because the up moves are going to be much stronger, and the big profit's going to come from the up move, not the down move. But so far, Randy, I'm not sure if he's still around, mate. I plan on selling 8-10 months. Oh, that's the Microsoft. They are about 50% AI now. Oh, okay, cool. Are you saying that you sold options? I plan on selling 8 to 10 months, or 8 to 10 months out from now. So basically, are you looking to sell some shares or for Microsoft there, which actually looks very strong from nowish. Okay. Are you talking about selling options? 8 to 10 months worth of options, or buying it now and selling it in 8 to 10 months? Buy or options? Buying it now. Okay, cool. Very nice, Randy. I actually like it. Because we've already had a really big drop to the downside. And if I'm looking at anything like this whole last 15 years has been incredible. So I would say on a sort of on a bare minimum that, we're probably going to rally up towards this resistance up here. So I wonder what's happened with the volume. Let's go check out the volume here. Oh, I don't have it. Do I? Let's add the volume. Yeah, so it's actually a very big gap up here. So I wouldn't be too surprised if it's going to start to rally up and close the gap. And for buying it on this really big dip is a much smarter idea than buying it after it's been rallying really hardly for a while. So it actually looks quite nice. And it's still a very strong upward trend. Why? because that's that last significant low through there. We're there. Even though we had this big drop, this is actually just a very big upward trending stock. Even though we get these big corrections, the last lows are still, so it's actually still still in a very big upward trend there. Let's go have a look at Lulu. Is that Lululemon? I'm pretty sure. For memory. It is too, yeah. Oh, geez. Nah, Lululemon's a dog. Let me show you why. Let me show you why, Randy. One, because Microsoft was doing that. Lululemon's doing that. And trying to buy it here, much riskier than Microsoft, right, Randy? Because Microsoft is still in a really strong upward overall trending. It's just had a really big correction for the last 6 months. This here, down, up, down. This actually looks really bearish to me, by the way. Very bearish. Now, this is the energy building on the downside. So, Randy, if you've been watching some of my stuff about the energy building phases, you would know, like, I'm very big on that whole energy building phase, meaning you had this move down. Now it's just doing this here. And then we have another leg to the downside. So that's what it's doing right now. We're just building another energy building phase before we have another. Yeah, so I wouldn't be. No. Interesting though that, look at this here. I've always said, I even said it on this session today, that whenever you get this period here for many years like that, this is the setup for a big move. Look at that there. And then you break. And when you break, that's when big move happens. So your number one trading pattern, you guys are looking for a trading pattern that when it does break, we're likely to make a really big move. Look for those markers that hasn't done much for a while. And now when I say for a while, look for those markets that, I would say 3 years. And then when it starts to break, it's amazing, that pattern. That's my number one trading pattern anyway. Or even just maybe a trading pattern that when it does break through here, that's the start of. It's the same thing that happened with gold. It's just the same pattern. It's the same that's happened with XLE right now. That's why I was talking about XLE last year. Same thing. That's why is XLE breaking up? It's all the same pattern. When you start to understand the pattern, which is nothing for a few years, just sideways channel. I know that sounds really simple and there's nothing else to it. When you get that, you typically get a big move. And with that, you can get your big profits. When it doesn't work, you have your small losses. Simples. I don't have to come up with something new. When I know this pattern works, and when it works really well, and I make a really big profit off them over the course of a few months, 3-6 months sometimes. And when it doesn't, I have my losses. It's all good. Energy in the markets, because when the market's not doing anything for a while, that's like the stock market once again. This here, nothing. It's actually not that there. It's more like this here. And we're still trending up right now. This is still a strong upward trend. I would not want to be try to short this market right now or try to call top right now because we're still in a strong upward trend. But it's definitely one of those challenging markets where those who don't, the title of this live stream was stay emotionally controlled, or emotional control will destroy your trading. This is where like a lot of traders get hurt. Because sometimes the best thing to do is sit out and not do anything when this market's just like doing what it's doing here. Randy, mate, I just saw your comment there. What do you think about Michael Burry going into Lulu? Oh, is that why you're looking at Lulu? Yeah, I don't know, man. Wanting to get in at 130 share. He has it at 220. Yeah, I wouldn't be taking too notice of that, man. The big issue with that, Randy, is that by the time you buy it, he may be getting out now because he realizes it was a wrong decision. And then you're getting in thinking he's in, and then you look at his next filing or whatever, and then you realize he sold it. It's like when you bought it, he sold it because he realized it was a bad idea. You know what I mean? Like on that sort of front, you could never do that sort of stuff there because he changes his mind all the time. And he's wrong. So, and this is where, like, if you ever hear, oh, Warren Buffett bought this stock, yeah, because he probably sees 5 years from now it's going to be a really good company or whatever. We can never make decisions on that, and especially like a Michael Burry, because he changes. Yeah, he does his options trading as well too, and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, the best way for me to get ahead in the markets is I gotta personally understand why I'm getting into something. And for me, I'm just looking for the repetitive patterns. I know the patterns that work. I'm looking for a pattern that's going to give me a good chance of having a big move. And with the big move, I can have a big profit. So when the losses do come, and the losses will come, I can take them. And that's where, like, again, like I love trading options because if I can have a big move over the course of a 2-3 month period, maybe longer, and get that 300% return on the option, but then when I have a losing trade, I'm down 50%, 300% return to a 50% loss. If you can get that sort of thing there, you can have a really horrible win-loss ratio and still do really well that year. That's how you have a successful year, especially in this type of environment. You need to have that sort of game plan. Otherwise, and this is where like a lot of traders get destroyed. And like if I show you this here, and this is where like I'll bring this up to here. And this is why, like I always talk about this in the free book that I'm giving away here. I really talk a lot about just the psychology of the traders in these markets and how do we really, and sometimes in one of the actual sections there, I talk about the quiet deaths of trends and the traders and the cycle of things as well too. So once you understand the markets itself and how the markets really work and the psychology, that's where it comes there. And again, this is the reason why I like this one here, this $4 flash sale thing that I'm running right now. That's all I do, right? I can't rely on and just 80% of my trades are based off these systems here, or really just this number one core trading system here of this $4 one here. And then 20% of the time I might do like what's called a situational trade, but most of my trades are based off just what you guys see me do. If you have been following me now, even for the last couple of months, you've heard me talk about the energy building, energy using. My foundation is I'm looking for trades that has the energy behind it, because if I know the energy behind it, then I can actually have a really big move from there. Which is that through there. So yeah, And this is something that I talk about with my elite group all the time as well too. Um, and that's how you become. I say become a top 1% trader on this elite group here. And I really do mean that. How do you become a 1% trader? Means you're doing well, but every year. And every year, guess what? You're going to have these periods where there's not going to be many trades, or you might be going, things might be going against you for a while. Um, all that sort of stuff. Uh, Andrew, you only find out a few months after they bought anyway. Yeah, that's exactly right, Andrew. And I think that's along the lines of what I was saying there. By the time you find out, yeah, it's been many months. And by the way, by the time you find out they bought it, they may have already sold it. You thinking they're in, it's like you already got out of that thing for a loss or for a profit or whatever. Yeah, I can't make my decisions based off what other people are doing. I need to understand the probability of this thing working because it's just, and because this is the pattern here. Yeah. I need to understand why it's a good trade, not just because someone else is getting into it. And by the way, like a Warren Buffett, I know a Warren Buffett, he bought like a UNH, right? I know Warren Buffett bought this stock. Oh, I heard that anyway. I think it was last year he bought it. Now, the purpose of me saying that is that if you understand Warren Buffett's strategy, he's not focused on the now. He's focusing on, okay, I'm buying this stock, I'm looking to hold it for a while. And so, probably over the next 3, 4, 5 years that he plans on holding it, this is probably going to be a really good company. And it's just going through this period here. So, while people are focusing on what's happening now, Warren Buffett's probably focusing on the 10-year view of this company. He just doubles up every time it goes down. Warren Buffett, you talk about Andrew? Oh, yeah. Did he buy UNH? I thought I heard that last year. I don't really follow it that much, but I thought I heard that last year. Maybe I was wrong. And why is gold going down? I saw that comment there. Yeah, it's an interesting concept because Andrew, you would think, right, if people are fearful about these markets, the war, you would think logically, oh well, they're going to buy gold because they're going to be nervous. So it doesn't make sense why they're actually selling gold. And by the way, they're selling gold as the stock market is actually having a really strong rally for this last half. So maybe they're not as nervous as people think. That's what they're saying to me because they're buying the crap out of the actual stock market now. They're buying it up, even though the initial sell off there. They're buying it strong now, and they're selling the gold and silver. So maybe the people who do push this market around, they're telling you that they're not as nervous as the public is. That's what I'm saying right now because they're holding the stock market up quite strongly. But with that being said, I do see gold just being part of it. I just see gold just being part of another one of those phases here, meaning the energy building phase, right? So we go up, and then we have this energy building phase, and then we go for another energy using phase, energy building, energy using, and now I just see something like this, and then I see another big move coming. So I think there's more upside to come out of gold. I just think it's just gone through one of those phases where it just needs a bit of rest before it goes for another big move again. That's all. So I think there's more upside to come. Same with silver. Silver's just holding here, but it's just what's silver doing? Same thing, right? Energy. Understand energy. Sideways is energy building, energy building, energy building. But this sideways energy building phase in reality is what? It's volatile, right? Volatile, volatile. And then we end up having another big riff. That's why the best trades, and this is why I always wait for that period of energy building, and then I look for trades off that. Hey, what do I think of SOX? SOX or semiconductor? Wow. The big issue with this, it's just been having a really big move for a while. But it's still very strong, isn't it? Still very strong. Randy, Michaelberry, Nickelberry. Oh, I guess we should be buying UNH then, right? If Buffett bought it and Barry bought it, buy. That's it, all in. Let's go. Surely they know what they're doing, right? And then 2 months later, you're getting out because you're freaking out because it's going against you. And they're looking at you like, you are a moron. They're buying it because they see probably in the next couple of years that that company is going to really start to be good again. Because I know that company went through a lot of scrutiny with investigations and stuff like that. That's why the UNH is being UNH. But that's the reason why we got this big drop here. So yeah, it's just interesting, right? You got to always look at the way that people are trading it as well too. Or should I say, sometimes they're not trading it, sometimes they're investing in it. You might look at it as a trade. A trade is short term. You know, it could be a couple of months, 6 months, maybe. Even 1 year is more like a trading position because it's that year. But people like Barry and Buffett might be buying it because they're not really worried about the price now. They see it as still a really good company. And then while people are like saying, oh, blah, 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 and then 3 months, then 3 years later, it's back up here at all-time new highs. So you got to also put in the context of how they're viewing the market there. Because a lot of the times they're not trying to time the market. Where a lot of traders, they may see that, they may buy it and the market goes down for a month against them and they're freaking out because of that. And then Buffett and probably Burr are just like, who cares? Like, let it go. Because they see this where it's going in the next couple of years. And the company and so on and so forth. because there is a difference between trading and investing. Investing is you like for me, I'm a really big, heavily investor in the metals and miners right now. Gold, silver, and the GDXJ for me. I have done now for a long time. Investing means I'm not worried about the short-term movements. Investing means I'm going to be holding gold until early 2030s through the booms and busts and crashes and maybe even TMF as well too. Yeah, Andrew. Like I'm a big investor in that market there. Even though I do see there's probably when we do see a correction, and the correction maybe happen next year, the recession correction, silver and gold are going to get hit. But I'm not worried about that. I'm going to go through that because I see on the other side we're going to go for a really big move. So my view is early 2030s for gold and silver, not now, because yeah, I see a 10,000 plus by early 2030s in gold. So that's that mentality around that, right? That's an investment. Investment is like you're buying a piece of property. A trade for me is like I'm utilizing options and I'm going to be in it for maybe like even like I'm in TMF as well. TMF for me is more like even TMF. I have an investment in this, but also have a trading opportunity. I bought options for 1 year. So $400 silver, yeah, could be, especially what's going to come in that period of time. Oh, Randy, mate, I just saw that last little comment there. He bought UNH as well and sold it for 20% loss. Oh, there you go. I didn't read that last little comment there. I should have read that. There you go, eh? So when he did buy it, if it was announced that he bought it, people think, oh, Michael Burry, he's a legend. He knows what's going to happen. And then you go buy it. And then you find out that he sold it and you're still. That's where like education is key because you want to educate yourself on why you're getting into something. You got to understand why you're getting into something. It's because it's on us, right? At the end of the day, it's our money. And we can't rely on someone else to tell us what to do. Now we can get guidance, like with my, I'll just say this here with my, with this one here, with this elite group that I have, that people can apply for it here. I'm with them every single day, where I'm guiding them through and so on and so forth and helping them through setups and stuff like that. But it's all about getting a good understanding of why you're getting into something. And once you start to understand that, then it's pretty cool. Do you believe in magic? Buffett. Chinese Buffett. Yeah, I like gold and silver too. So I imagine you have trading and investing portfolios separate. Randy, yes. Yes, definitely. Yep. The way that I do, Randy, for me, I have an investment account, which is long-term investing. And then I have my trading account. That's the one that I live off throughout the entire year. So, and then depending on how I'm going, but I'll give you a real example. So last year I had 3 really big withdrawals to pay for living expenses and taxes and all that sort of stuff. So, and I get that from my trading account. So my trading account is more like through this year, and then every few months, depending on how my trading is going, I will then make a big withdrawal from the profits that I'm making from my trading, and then that's to pay my expenses, living expenses, to live off, pay my taxes that are due, that come due, any bills that I have, and stuff like that. And then that sort of keeps me going for a good 3 to 6 months from that big withdrawal generally. And then I have that all covered, and then I keep trading, and then again I did that 3 times last year. Just because I had some tax bills that I had to pay last year, and then obviously living expenses. So last year I trade and I trade and I trade, and then every now and then I have a really big withdrawal to pay the bills, to live off, and that's what the trading account's there for. The trading account there is for me to keep withdrawing money throughout the entire year to pay all the expenses and the taxes, and then to live off and stuff like that. And then I have my investment side of things going as well too. So that's the way that I've got mine set up there. The trading is more like, money that I'm going to be using this year for me to enjoy life and live off. And then the other one's more like a retirement plan type thing, or maybe not a retirement plan, but an investing position from there. And that's where majority of my income comes from. I make a little bit of money from my business, from my coaching stuff, of course, but most of my actual income comes from my actual trading. Because like obviously I have my $4 flash sale right now, and then I have my elite coaching group, but there's only about 15 or 20 people right now in that elite coaching group. So it's not many people in there. So I'm not making a large amount of money from my actual coaching group, and I keep it that small for that reason. So the bulk of my money throughout the entire year comes from my actual trading. And then I have a small coaching group that I take on. And that's my coaching business, basically. Small coaching group. And then I go from there. It's pretty awesome, actually. Pretty awesome. There's loads of silver. $400 silver. Yeah. Andrew, I wouldn't really focus too much on that. Like Comas has been keeping silver price down by increasing the margin. Maybe. I also think they increased the margin as well too, for a reason. Because silver is one of those markets, if you're trading futures and you don't have any stop losses and you're trading too much, that'll blow up your account in one day. That's what they're focused on. They're trying to get the small guys out. The guys that have people have only got a $10,000 or $20,000 trading account and they're trading silver. Even a one lot can rip you apart. That's the reason why they increase the margin. Because if silver moves fast, which it did, if your whole account gets wiped out and you're actually negative on the account now because it moved against you, it didn't just go to zero. By the time the broker would actually get you out because you had no stop loss, you're now down like 20 grand or something, and the broker can't get that from you. They've got to come up with the loss. So that's where the risk comes involved. That's the reason why they raised it. So the big boys can still trade it, but the little guys that don't have big, larger accounts, like those that have less than 6 figures in their account, they're the ones that are affected. But those who don't, so that's what they were doing. It's one of the reasons why I was screaming at people not to do it as well too, because I could see that happening. Randy, I tried to join your free elite trading group once. I don't think I was accepted. I don't have a free elite trading group. my elite group's not free, Randy. It's expensive. So I don't have a free elite grading group. Now I have a free call where we can have a good chat and then see if I can actually help you. And then that's the application process. That's what you may be referring to. And I don't think I was accepted. You seem like the kind of guy I'd like to be in your community. Yeah. Well, that's why the application's there. And Randy, I think maybe I declined your application or something. As you can see, Randy, and this is what happens to most people that actually apply for it. Like I'm have to say, like, people that apply for my coaching, over 80% of them get declined straight away. I'm really strict actually by who I let in my group because it's just not for anyone. That's cool, man. Do you believe in Jesus, John? Yes, I do. I'm a very big believer in the big fella upstairs. I'm not here to push my religion on anyone, by the way. That's just my belief. And I believe there is my doing in the markets, but then also I believe there's a bit of grace going on as well too in life. But again, I'm not here to push my religion on other people. That's cool, man. Do I believe the end of the world is close? Does that change your investing? The end of the world? No. The end of the world. No, there's not. No. We might be going through a changing of times, but it's not the end of the world. Just look at the last 100 years. Step back and look at it from a 100-year point of view. It's not the end of the world. We might go through some pain, some transitions as we transition into the way our life is and the way things work. But our life is just going to keep getting better and better and better while there's a little bit of pain through transition periods. Just look at the last 100 years. Just look at the last, like all the different booms and busts and crashes and wars and new inventions that's come out and the tractors and the cars and the bikes and the, all this sort of stuff. No, life is amazing, but sometimes that transition period is painful. But then on the other side of it, look at our life now because the internet's only been around for 25 years. Look at our life now because of it. So everything that we're experiencing right now, yeah, a bit of pain and, and there's a debt bubble there and then all that sort of stuff that's going to go on. But I think it's going to be just like today that's happening in the stock market today, the S&P. Initially, it's going to be a little bit of pain, but then it's going to come roaring right back real quick. I think the future is amazing. And how I know that is because you just look at transition periods for the last 100 years, and every single upgrade has always been amazing for us. Um, that's cool, man. I think you're right, John. I heard the big boys were short. Andrew, mate, you're talking about gold and silver, right? Yeah, I'll short silver. I'm long from an investment, but I actually shorted silver. I made 330% return on that silver short on the silver crash. So I actually shorted silver as well too. I could just so I did a lot of my elite members as well. So this silver drop here, yeah, I shorted it up here. I saw it coming a mile away. That's why I was screaming at everyone. Now I didn't know the exact day it was going to happen, but I knew it was going to come, and that's why, if you may remember, Andrew, back then I was doing shorts and videos like, guys, it's coming. But yeah, so I shorted as well too. Made a lot of money on that trade. But it's only a trade, right? I'm out of it now. But that's all it was from there. Man, the buyers are coming roaring right back, aren't they? They're not. There's. I thought it's interesting to see where this market's going to close, but within that last hour or so of close, I wouldn't want to be short in this market. People think the top's sitting still, and not for me. Maybe it was a while ago, or if you just have a Discord free server. No, Randy, man. No. And Randy, man, be honest with yourself, man. Like, what are you going to get from a free Discord channel? Absolutely bullshit, man. Nothing. You're not going to really get anything that's going to really move the needle for you. Like, you know that, man. A free Discord channel where people are going to share their ideas. Discord is a whole bunch of bullshit. I don't have it, and I don't have Discord. I don't even really know what Discord is. It's like a chat service thing. I don't know. Like, I just, nah. Because trading is all about recognizing the patterns and the setups that we should look for that's going to give us the probability of having success. Nothing along those lines is you go into a Discord chat and getting someone's tip or an idea to buy a stock because they think it's going to be a good mover or it's the next best thing. That's not trading. That's not how trading works. Trading works based off what the pattern recognition that we see. That's what trading is all about. And so by default, if that's the case and you look for these patterns, these things, for me, it's the energy phases in the markets, then go into a Discord channel is a complete waste of bullshit. You may spend many years in there and not actually get ahead in the markets. And then who are you going to blame when you lose money? You're going to blame them or you're going to blame yourself? We've got to be real with ourselves. Being successful in this market requires a true commitment. Like, I got to treat this seriously, not just looking for that sort of stuff. My life changed when I invested with my mentor, my 7-figure mentor, who I've invested with him for now over 10 years now. That's when everything changed for me. I always think there's a bad side to any new tech. But you know what, Andrew? How you overcome that is you just stand back and look at it from a 10,000 foot view, Andrew. That's exactly what they were saying about the internet, right? Oh, the internet's going to control us, and I'm not going to put stuff on the internet, and they're not going to use my credit card. And it's the same thing, right? Everything's the same thing. And there's nothing new in the markets. It's all the same thing again and again and again and again. There's the same story. Once you understand it and you look at it from that perspective, you're like, it's all the same story. But at the end of the day, well, the bottom line is within time, these new inventions make our life so much better. And look at the last 100 years. Every new of these major inventions that's come around, from the electricity to the tractors on the farms. Oh my goodness, all these jobs are going to tractors on the farms, right? Oh, 90% of jobs are going to be lost. All these jobs are going to have lost. That's it. Oh, it's going to crash the economy. It's going to be so bad. Sounds like now, doesn't it? Oh my goodness, it's all the same story, really. That's why when you understand the history side of things and you look at it from that perspective, it's just the same thing over and over again. It's nothing new. It's just 100 years ago, it was insert tractors on farms because everyone was working on farms. It's the same thing. Now, I'm really grateful for Ray Dalio because I learned a lot of this stuff from Ray Dalio, of just looking at life like this. And then not only the tractors, but then like these cars have been built. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, what's going to happen to the factories that are going to build these horses and these horse carriages and the places to grow these horses and these big factories that make the carts for the horses where the people can go in there. Oh my goodness, what's going to happen to all these jobs? Oh no, there's all this automobile thing that's going to come out. This thing where we can just make a car and you can just drive it by yourself. Oh no. And then boom, the explosion of mechanics, and it's all the same thing, guys. And this is where the more you look at the way these markets work, everything is just things repeating again and again and again and again and again. It just looks different to us because we're here right now. Right. And it's the first time that we're experiencing it in our probably adult lifetime. But then when you look back in history, and even just back 25 years ago with the internet, you realize it's just the same thing, the same noises, the same worries. And then you realize that, this is actually really good for us. Look at our life now. Randy, you said yeah, but if you have a robot in your house, that's a massive jump. Well, I have one of those robo cleaners in my house that does the vacuuming for me. Well, does 80% of the job, as you guys know. It doesn't always do 100%. Some of the corners and stuff. If you told me growing up, you're going to have, instead of mum and dad putting out the vacuum and having the vacuum every week, you can just press a button and then it's going to do the cleaning for you, I would have said you're crazy. Because mum pulls out the vacuum and she does the vacuuming, not this robot thing. You just press a button and then just does it for you. But here we are. If you said to the people that are in their 70s now, or even 60s now, that When they were 40 and the internet came out, they probably would have said, I'm not going to do anything with the internet. That's a, So just like every new inventions, there's worries, there's fears, there's doubts, there's job losses. But then on the other side, new inventions, then there's new job creations from that. Again, I use the car, right? When the automobile was created, that just had a massive spark of what? Mechanics and different types of cars and different types of mechanics and then the explosion of the mechanic, right? The explosion of the mechanic industry, which created so many jobs to this day, was because they no longer needed the horse anymore. They used the car. So never say never. Because I promise you, if you see one of your friends having a robot in the house and you see that this robot is doing everything for them, they're making a fresh garden at the back of these apples and tomatoes and fresh fruit. They're also cleaning up the house for you. So every day you come home, there was a clean house. They're also making sure everything's done, the bed's tucked. And then not only that, but every time you come home, you got this nicely fresh cooked dinner for you. I know that sounds crazy, like John, I know. I'm just looking at the possibilities of what could actually happen. I don't know what's going to happen, but I guarantee you see a friend that has that, you're like, maybe I should get one of these things. I'm doing everything myself. And then you get it, and then everyone has it. Only joking. Yeah. Well, Randy, mate, that's the best thing, right? That's the best thing. Now, Randy, let me ask you a question. Do you use ChatGPT? Do you use any of these AI things to help you with some things in life? It's the same thing. No, you don't. Oh. Productivity can be awesome by using it. Not bad. Alrighty. So let's have a look around see what's going on with everything today. Oil is still oil's selling off. Wow. I didn't realize that. Wow, everything's flipped, isn't it? Hey? Oil's really taken off to the upside and then it's had a big reversal. So that's going on now with oil. We have, oh, wow. Gold and silver getting hit today. And the stock market's having a strong balance. You know what that tells you? That so much for a scare in the markets. Because today is actually telling you that what we think is actually not going to be a bad idea. Well, what we think is going to be really bad for the markets. One, the buyers are holding it today on the stock market. Oh, wow. The buyers are holding it today, selling silver and gold, and and oil is actually getting hit quite hard this last sort of couple of hours here. Now, that's today, right? I do believe oil is going to start to make its way up, though. But looking at this here, it may come down and close this gap first, so we may get a bit of a backing and filling. This is the weekly chart here. So what I'm expecting, actually, I'll bring up the daily chart. What I'm expecting now for the oil, is this initial breakout here. I believe then now we're probably likely to come back down to here somewhere. Then that's going to be a low. This is going to be a higher low. And then we're probably going to start to make our way up through there. But so far, this breakout is this the first move. We're probably going to get a bit of a backing and filling now. And a good level would be 50%, which is around the trend line. So yeah, I see a bit of a short-term drop coming out of oil now. So we had this bit of move up. Then we come back down to here somewhere. And then we start to find a bit of bottom, and then we start to rally. Well, you guys can't see my chart. Let me see now. What about now? Is that better? Can you actually see it now? Yep. Oh, it wasn't working. Oh, it is now. Okay, cool. What I was saying here with the oil is I'm actually expecting oil to come down here and then bounce, which would be like a bit of a move down to here somewhere, and then a bounce through there. It's going up. It's going down. It's going up. It's going down. I'm only talking about the short term. I'm talking about the last few hours here. Not right now, but I've been talking about the last few hours. We actually had the last 4 hours. We actually had a bit of a strong selling period. But there's a bit of a gap here that I believe is going to get filled. So that's all. But I do believe that this could be the start of a much bigger move in the market. CVX. Yeah, that was also another one. Another stock that I saw coming. There you go. Even got the arrow there. Right there. And the big move. So it's already had the move though. So yep, definitely. The time to enter was where you can see my arrow up the top here. That's when the entry was there. Not now though. It's already made a big move. I would say we're likely to get a bit of a correction soon out of this one. Bit of a time phase, bit of an energy building phase. You bought this yesterday, Andrew. How come you bought it yesterday and not down the bottom here before the move actually happened? How come you waited for a really strong move for 2 months and then bought it? You buy it before the move, not after the move. And you know what's coming, right, Andrew? Andrew, 101. How do markets work? They go up for a while, then you get a pullback. They go up for a while, then they go sideways, and they go up for a while. You know that, right? Up, sideways, up. What's coming soon? And you're buying it here. No, man. Anyway, again, I can't tell you what to do, but I'm just letting you know what the best time to get into it. The worst time to get into something is when it's already made a move. Because everything is energy, and after an energy using phase, which means we've had a strong move for a few months, we're likely to go through an energy building phase, and that's the corrective phase. That's the pullback. That's a little bit of a correction, and then away we go again. Once you understand the energy phases, wait for the energy building phase. Oh, why did Chevron go up? Oh, because it had the energy building phase and then broke out and went for a move. Wait for the energy building phase. Don't wait for it to be going up and then get up here, because we're probably like a reverse here now. Anyway, that's just my thought about it all. The best time to get into something when it's been building a lot of energy. Worst time to get into something. It's one of the worst mistakes that a trader can make, is when the market's already had a big move for a few months and then they buy it. Because what do markets do? They go up for a while, then they go for a pullback. They go up for a while, they go pullback. If you actually logically understand that, and that's what markets do, then it's been going up for a while. The worst time to buy it is then, because it's probably going to go for a pullback soon, which is the energy building phase. And so oh. Backstage, HYMC. HMC, I think we'll go to 50 soon. Okay. Randy, mate, it's just, we're looking at probability of things, right? If we're looking for a good trading opportunity, wait for the pullback. You know what I'm saying, Randy? Like, it's just, like you said, I agree with John on that. Like, the best time to get into something is after the time phase, after the energy building phase, after the correction. We know, just look at any chart. You know what I'm saying, Randy? So logically, if you just look at a chart, you know the best time to get into something is wait for that little pullback first and then enter. It's what and then Randy, man, this is where like a lot of traders don't make money from the markets because they don't do that. They don't understand that they just see the market going up for 2 months and then FOMO kicks in and they buy it and then it goes against them and they wonder why the market went against them. It's like, where's that camera? Is there a camera in here somewhere? That camera's watching me. They knew I bought the high. And Andrew, mate, Andrew, I'm not about being right or wrong. I just want you to have a much better chance of having a successful trade. And buying something after it's already made a big move for a few months is the worst time to get into something because most of the time you end up getting that corrective phase for a while. And then that's probably when you're going to get out for a loss. You know what I'm trying to say, Andrew? That's all it is, man. We just want to have the best chance of having a successful trade. And if we know most of the time, yeah. John, UAC. Uranium. Yeah. Very volatile. Yeah, very volatile. What did you? I know someone said. Uranium. Yeah, it's the same thing, isn't it? Yeah, I believe uranium is probably going to be good for longer term stuff. I'm not sure about the short term stuff right now. We're still in a very strong upward trend right now. So I wouldn't want to be shorting it, but I think also longer term that I think this is going to be sort of good as well too for that longer term stuff. All right, let's go have a look at Bitcoin. Let's have a look at some cryptocurrencies here. And then I'm going to finish up because I got to get to my, and then I'm going to talk. I'm going to get everything from my lake room. Bitcoin's probably have one more move. Bitcoin's probably has a more move on the downside. Look at this here. Right. Where's Andrew? Hey, Andrew, look. Up and down. Up and down. Up. Even on the downside, right? Down and up. And down and market do this. Market do this. And isn't that interesting, eh? Look at this here. Energy building. Look at this here. Down, 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 down. energy building for a while, building energy, building energy. The trend is down. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Energy building, energy building, energy building. Wait for the energy building phases is the best time to get into it. And if we have the energy building phase here and the trend has been down, most of the time the next leg is going to be down. But this is very volatile here. So trying to trade that in that time is a big fat no-no for me. Ethereum, probably going to have more movement on the downside as well. Bit of a bounce in rates. No problem, Randy. Thank you, mate. Thank you for saying that, man. No problem at all, man. Oh, geez, Andrew, that's a big guess. Yeah, maybe. You know what I mean? Maybe I wouldn't be trying to trade off that, but that's a big guess. I don't think no one is that smart to tell you when that's not going to happen. Don't believe in the cycles. No one's not that smart to say, well, in October it's going to start to. You just never know. But for now, what we're seeing right now is we'll probably have more move. There's probably another big drop coming in the Bitcoin market. In the Bitcoin, there you go. In the Bitcoin, and it could ultimately even end up down here somewhere. Oh, what am I talking about? Yeah, so ultimately, I see Bitcoin's probably going to have move here. And we're probably going to see another, what's that? Another 20 or so % drop down, maybe a bit more. Yeah. Well, Randy, I think I come back down to the thing about like, I can't trade based off an idea or a story that I'm going to make up. You know what I'm saying, Randy? Like, I need something in the market to tell me there's a probability of this actually going on right now. So it's like, and again, like, and it's the same thing for me. It's the energy phases. If I can see there's a good energy building phase, that's going to give me the probability of seeing that. I can't, but if I've got to come up with some sort of story of why I'm getting to something, then that's just a story. And even if I come up with a story, it's going to be wrong most of the time anyway. I can't be long-term successful on that. I can't be long-term successful coming up with a story or an idea. It just never works that way. But if I know that there's a pattern that seems to repeat, and that is when there's a trend in place and we get the energy building phase, when we start the break, we typically go for a nice move. I can use that as the foundation of having a successful trade. And if I can utilize that through the entire year, then I have a successful year. The problem with the story, Andrew, right, is every trade's done different, right? Every trade's a new story, new story, new story, new story, new story. But to get the probability of something, it takes at least 10 trades to get the probability of that's going to that method of approach is going to work for you. The problem with that is that now you got to come up with a new story every single time of why something's going to happen, and that's just yeah. Now you're going down a path of just you're coming up with something, coming up with an idea, and again, even if I cannot come up with a story around why something's going to work, and then then do that most of the time. Because remember, trading the markets is all about just the pattern recognition. What are the patterns that seem to that give you a probability of it working out? Again, I want to have a major probability I'm going to have a good year this year. I cannot do that if I'm now approaching the market where I've got to, okay, well, the war's happening now. And if the war's happening now and then Trump said there's more to come, I think the market's going to crash off that. So I better go short now. Like I'm coming up with a story. I may be right or wrong. I don't know. What sort of probability do I have on my story? Nothing. But if I have data, and the data for me is after a trend and we have energy building for a while, off the energy building phase, we typically then break and go for a nice move. Off that foundation, I can then start to build some successful trades around that throughout the year. Because I'm not coming up with an idea. I'm coming up with what markets do. So anyway, guys, I'm going to finish now because I have to go and get to my elite group in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to finish up there. That's the live stream for you guys. Have an amazing day, you guys. Randy, Andrew, good having a chat with you guys. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. See you guys.